Hey guys. So, yeah, that was interesting. Okay, you want the whole story? Yeah, alright, well, we'll try and give you the whole story here. Let me see if I can do that for you. Alright, so what happened was talking with a guy, and he offered some gas, because I was talking about, well, I'm probably going to have to get out of here, go get some gas tonight or tomorrow morning. And he said, no, man, you don't have to go anywhere. I got some spare gas. So I went, all right, cool, let's fill her up before noon, because word was that we had until, or not noon, midnight. Because word was that we had until midnight, and then at midnight we would only be allowed to carry one jerry can per person for fueling. I wanted to get my truck filled up before that. So we ran off, we ran and got the jerry cans, and when we were coming back and we just got back to the truck and we put jerry cans down, we're just getting ready to put the fuel into the truck, I saw the two officers walking up. And well, I've been really cool with the officers the whole time that I've been here. You know, bumping fists and saying hi to them every day. And these were Ottawa Police Services. So I turned around, I saw them coming up. They were slowly sneaking towards us, pretending they weren't looking at us, but I knew they were coming straight for us. So where my truck was located, nobody else could really see us. That's part of the convoy. So I thought, well, you know what, I'm gonna head this off at the pass. So I yelled out to them, and I'm like, hey, how you doing tonight? Yeah, we're just trying to top this up before midnight, before the new rules come into effect. And immediately they started crossing the road towards us. And they're like, no, that's fake news. I was like, oh, okay. Fake news? Like, what do you mean, fake news? And the lady officer, 6602, I think it is, she informed me that was fake news, that's already in effect, and that we could be charged with mischief. And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, yeah, no, you can't do that. I said, well, I have to fuel my truck. I'm going to freeze to death here. And she informed me that no, they were going to confiscate the fuel because the new state of emergency, I wasn't able to do that. So I turned around, and my friend there that he was fueling, he just kept doing what he was doing, trying to talk back with them, saying, well, no, I won't comply. And so I informed them, I said, look, you realize that I either put fuel in the truck so that I have heat, or you come pick up a frozen body in the morning. And they were like, no, you can't fuel the truck. You can't fuel the truck. So that's when I started recording them, and I said, as for the badge numbers, the gentleman to the right, I do believe he was 6633 or something like that. He was quiet the whole time. She did all the talking. And I finally turned around and I said, look, dude, I don't know about you, but I understand you want to get us out of here, but I'm willing to sit in my truck and freeze to death for my country. So do you want to come here and pick up a body in the morning? Like, what's the goal here? Like, this makes no sense. I need that fuel in order to stay warm. I sleep in that truck. And they're like, no, well, there's new rules and everything, and we're thinking about charging with mischief. We're calling in backup right now. So that's when I turned around and started yelling for everybody else, hey, come on over, get your cameras over here. And I had a couple guys coming over, and then when I saw another car coming, that's when I really started yelling, hey, get those cameras over here, only bring the cameras. I think that was in my second video. So anyway, she went over to the other car, which turned out to be her sergeant, and they spent some time talking over by her car. And by this time, the entire all the truckers and everybody in the convoy that is in my little area here. Just about 30 of us in total. Yeah, maybe those numbers could be off. I think it might be a little more. I don't know. Anyway, they started circling around with all their cameras going, live streams, the whole 9 yards. And finally the sergeant comes over and he says, okay, well, look, this is the way it is. You're not going to be able to do that again. You're going to just finish what you're doing. You're not going to do that again because then we'll charge you with mischief. And I'm like, really, dude? You're going to charge me with mischief for trying to stay warm? Like, come on, dude. And then they started talking about the tow truck. And I was like, well, no, you can't tow me because I'm in a legal protest. I'm allowed to be parked here. And I'm sleeping in that car, so. And the sergeant said, no, we're not going to press any charges of that. But, you know, there are laws that even if you are in a legal protest, that you can, like, we can still enforce. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not breaking any laws. I'm just filling my truck with fuel so I don't freeze to death. And he's like, no, with the new state of emergency, you can't do that. And I'm like, that makes no sense. You'd rather just pick up a frozen body. So I pulled him aside. I said, you know, I understand you have a job to do, but, you know, you got to really start thinking about the humanity in this. You know, we're here trying to fight for our freedoms, you know, the right to choose and stuff like that. This is unreal, dude. He continued on, well, you know, there's still laws you can't break. And I'm like, I'm not breaking any laws. Fueling my truck is not breaking any laws. And, but he turned around, he said, no, we're just going to leave it alone. And defused it right there. It was the cameras that diffused that. And if it was just me and my buddy there fueling the truck, there was no way we were walking out of that. Not a chance in hell. That woman was on a power trip. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, very important. When the police want to enforce on you, do not resist. 100%. You need to maintain a level head. You can not comply, but do not resist in any form, and make it very clear to them. I'm fully capable or willing to allow you to arrest me. I will not resist you in one way or another. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. The cameras pretty much saved my butt there. So yeah, there is some other news as well. The convoy's fuel depot was raided and the police stole the fuel we had. They also took some food, a trailer of food. I guess, I don't know, maybe the homeless were still hungry or the shelter needed more food again. I don't know. Seems really weird, but there's an uneasiness tonight. I don't know if it's because of that situation and stuff, but there's definitely an uneasiness tonight. We kind of have little sentries kind of posted up. Some of these people are just kind of getting warm right now, but we got sentries, like, you know, keeping an eye out. And yeah, there's definitely an uneasiness tonight. I think all the gloves are off on the government side. I guess they got terrified of our little radicals that we're going to send at them. So they decided to go hardball on us. It's going to be interesting if they start letting people freeze to death. I don't know. Anyway, a little longer, but you guys wanted an explanation. There's your explanation. I don't think I'm getting out of Ottawa without cuffs on my wrist first. We'll see you soon. Bye.